All right, so my first virtual stand-up for the data structures and algorithms class is what I worked on previously last week was just research papers, reading through a bit of the book, doing some online research on the conditions and other various statuses of linked lists and some of the other topics we covered in class. But mostly I've been doing research for the project that I'm working on with 10 other people outside of class and investigating how AI goes together, how audio sounds go together, reading up a bit on procedural generation, and trying to discern from those various patterns healthy and effective methods of writing and structuring code for a video game. Um, what I'm going to work on next is going to be the linked list project for this class. Dealing with array, dealing with that manipulation really isn't that much of a hardship for me, and it's definitely not anything new for me. So I don't expect a terribly large amount of obstacles in the way of actually implementing or researching the code, since I've got several years at programming already. The only thing that I might have an issue with is the fact that I am in Japanese at the same time as well, and we're basically required right now to learn one of the Japanese alphabets pretty much every week right now. And I kind of need to stop slacking on that and finish more of it. But yeah, I don't foresee that completely stopping me since I already have a large portion of it finished. And other than the challenges I'll have to overcome with linked lists because I typically don't use lists as in my past career as a database developer, I generally knew how much information I was dealing with at any given point, so arrays were my good buddy. Though I need to become a lot more comfortable with linked lists now because, yay, video games. And that actually works as a legitimate explanation in this instance because video games, there are a lot more uncertainties in lists, and especially for at least pathfinding, it's a lot more convenient to use a list than attempt to produce an array when you don't know how many data points you'll be dealing with. Not to mention the various physics and collisions and everything else that deal with vectors and transmutations and polygons and whatnot that you need to have a better understanding of lists because they're one of the better ways to deal with arrays of vectors and vertices than dealing with yeah, arrays because again, things change size. All right, but other than that, the challenges for the linked lists aren't really that complex. It's just implementing additional methods for a class that I'm already somewhat familiar with. And while I might not have used list very often, I did actually get formally introduced to them back when I was going through college the first time. So that'll be all.